Welcome to Let's Vote Louder, presented by the League of Women Voters in partnership with BronxNet Community Television. I'm your host, Michelle Figueroa. The League of Women Voters of the City of New York is a nonpartisan organization whose purpose is to promote informed and active participation in government through civics education, the vote, and issue advocacy. We are here to invite you to participate, to use your voice and your vote to make a difference. Join us. This is Let's Vote Louder. Today, we'll go through the basics of voting. Together, we'll learn who can vote, how to vote, and where to find helpful, nonpartisan information on voting. Take a look at the information on screen for upcoming elections here in New York City. Now, we all know we can't have an election without the people. Let's check in with CUNY Hunter students and League of Women Voter Volunteers, Isa and Eleni, to see what they learned from the community.
Hi, I'm Eleni Gonzalez-Molina.
And I'm Isa Chowdhury. We're CUNY students. Thanks for joining us on Vote Louder, presented by the League of Women Voters and BronxNet TV.
Today we're in the Mott Haven section of the South Bronx.
We're here to speak with the community about their experiences with voting.
Let's find out what the community has to share.
When it comes to your neighborhood, are there any specific issues that you want your politicians to do better on?
It's the gun violence that's a problem. I mean the shooting and people getting shot, innocent girls getting shot and all that.
So I live in NYC. I would like to change how quick repairs need to be done, how often they need to be done for the same things. So getting to the root of problems opposed to putting Band-Aids on things.
It's crazy over there. You know, shooting happens over there, robberies, all that. Like bad stuff.
Probably like the crime rate, probably like a lot of stuff going on, especially in the Bronx in general.
I would agree.
Everyday crimes are being committed. People are being abducted, kidnapped. Women are being raped. People are being murdered, and all these things is happening really. And because of the system, the law, it is not enforced.
My primary concern is the lack of easy to access education in the sense of, I guess, of the youth and them being able to easily access whatever resources they need to reach their future goals.
I don't vote, but years ago I used to vote. I can't do anything about the things that are happening in the Bronx or New York.
What stopped you from voting? Is there anything that you would like to see that could get you to vote?
Well, I don't know.
Have you ever voted before?
Oh, since I was 18, yes.
That's great to hear that you're an active voter. Why is voting important to you?
It helps me to make a choice to make sure that I am helping the community with what we need as a community person. I've been in the community for a long time, so it is actually a way of speaking without speaking.
Have you ever voted?
Yes, I'm a voter.
When's the last time you voted?
The last election.
You mentioned that you have not voted before, correct?
Yeah, I haven't.
And is there anything in specific or particular that could get you to go out and vote?
I guess a politician that wasn't more akin to their financial backers versus the people that they're trying to actually help. You know, it would be nice if they could align more with us, the people. That would give me a good reason to vote.
How do you feel about young people and not voting within your community?
Well, once a young person is of age, they need to vote. You see, when people don't vote, a lot of things do happen because certain privileges and priorities and things that would benefit, you know, the ordinary person or people, you understand?
Yeah.
We will not inherit and we will not gain anything by that.
Have you ever voted before?
No, I'm not 18 yet.
Did you know that voting can help change the things that you mentioned that happen in the community?
Yeah, of course. A lot of ways.
Have you guys ever voted before?
No, I just turned 18 like 2 months ago.
Yeah. I turned 18 in like 7 months, so no.
Are you guys registered to vote?
No, I don't think I'm registered to vote.
Are you?
No.
So are you guys going to try to register to vote at this point?
Yeah, probably if something
Why
sparks
not?
my interest, yeah.
You guys know how?
No,
You guys can go online. I'll show you guys. You guys can go online and register. It's simple as that. Okay, you guys can check out Vote NYC to register to vote.
Right? Do you think there could be anything done better to convince younger generations to vote?
Yeah, actually, give them a reason. Give them something that's tangible. Don't just give them empty promises. Give them a physical proof that you will do something, and that will guarantee to get anyone to vote, regardless of age.
I think we learned a lot from the community today.
People shared plenty of real concerns, and we were also happy to share resources with them.
That's right. Civic engagement is really important. We can make the process easier by communicating and sharing information with each other.
I agree. And the best way to exercise our rights is to vote. So when you use your vote, you use your voice.
I'm Eleni.
And I'm Isa, reminding you to vote louder.
Thanks, Eleni and Isa, and thank you to the people of the Bronx for sharing your input on voting. Before we can vote, we must register. So, how do we do that? Let's take a quick break and check out this PSA voiced by League of Women Voters New York volunteer, Destiny. Take it away, Destiny.
Hi, my name is Destiny Scott. I'm a volunteer with the League of Women Voters NYC. So who is eligible to vote? In order to vote, you must be a U.S. citizen, 18 years old, a New York City resident for at least 30 days, not be incarcerated for a felony, not claim the right to vote elsewhere, and not be found to be incompetent by a court. So how do we register to vote? You will need to complete a voter registration form. You can download and print one from vote.nyc or pick a form up at any NYC library, school, or city agency. Then you must complete the form. Be sure to sign and date it. The only ID you need is either a New York driver's license or a non-driver ID or the last 4 digits of your social security number. After filling out the required information, you can mail the form to the Board of Elections. The address is on the back of your form. Visit vote.nyc for more information. Now that you know who can register to vote and how to register, let's vote loud. With the League of Women Voters and BronxNet TV.
Welcome back to Let's Vote Louder. What is the difference between a primary, a special election, a general election, and why should we participate in all of these elections? Besides having a president of the United States, we also have local representatives, a governor, a mayor, comptroller, public advocate, borough president, members of Congress, council members, assembly members. And guess what? We get to choose who we want to represent us. The leaders we elect, both locally and nationally, make decisions that affect our daily lives. Elections are our chance to stand up for what matters most to us and to have an impact on the issues that affect us, our communities, our families, and our future. A primary election is when members of a particular political party in New York vote for who they want to represent them in the general election. A special election is when an elected official needs to be replaced before their term is officially ended. A general election is when elected officials are chosen to serve in the role for which they are running. Each of these elections matter because your voice matters. Voting can determine your access to affordable health care. It can lift up the voices of those most impacted by climate change. It can ensure that we are all represented in our government, not just those of us with greater wealth or systemic advantages. It can promote immigration reform, including family reunification and political asylum, and so much more. Vote in all elections, whether it's a primary, a special election, or a general election. We know that voting can be overwhelming for some, but it doesn't have to be. Learning what's on our ballots empowers and educates us before we hit the polls. That way, we know exactly what we are voting for. Let's watch this PSA to learn what's on our ballots.
Hi, my name is Destiny Scott. I'm a volunteer with the League of Women Voters NYC. Election day is on Tuesday, November 8th. Polls are open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can also vote early between Saturday, October 29th to Sunday, November 6th. Every election matters, whether it's a primary, a special election, or a general election. Your voice deserves to be heard. So, what's on your ballot? Your ballot will look different from someone else's because your ballot will reflect what represents you and your community. Your ballot may also include propositions. Propositions are proposals to enact new laws. Remember, you have the power to decide, so make sure you flip your ballot to answer those proposals. You can find out more by visiting vote.nyc and get nonpartisan info from vote411.org. Now that you know what's on your ballot, let's vote louder with the League of Women Voters and BronxNet TV.
We have learned a lot today, but the one important thing to remember is to vote. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been Let's Vote Louder, and I'm your host, Michelle Figueroa. Have a great day and see you at the polls.